Canelo, he be touching people up. Like, he knows these motherfuckers can't get in no Canelo space. You can't come in there and try and step to Canelo and there's gonna be no consequences. Fuck no. This motherfucker finna slap the shit out of you if you come into his territory. Just like a lion. When you come into a lion's territory, you best believe that lion finna tear your head off, tear your ass up. Like, you come into a lion's territory and you think that nothing's gonna happen? Fuck, you know what was gonna happen, Caleb Plant, you little dumbass. Why would you come in his space like that? And obviously Canelo, being the champion that he is, he's not gonna let that disrespect just go by. He's gonna answer that disrespect with disrespect, with a higher level of disrespect, because he wants to ward off more potential enemies. Because if you are seen as weak in the public eye, then all sorts of people are gonna try you. That's how you deal with malingers and doubters. You rule with an iron fist, obviously with a velvet glove to hide it and to make it seem fair. You want to hide your iron fist in a velvet glove so as not to arouse suspicion. But for sure, Canelo right here, he's asserting dominance. He's trying to show everybody that you can't just walk up on me and expect that then there's not going to be any consequences. Caleb Plant, I think he realized today that it ain't going to be that easy to beat Canelo, because you step to Canelo, you got to come in there with everything you got. You don't just come in there trying to act cute and, for the cameras. Fuck the cameras. Look, man, you're going to fight Canelo. You're fighting Canelo Alvarez. He might as well be fighting the whole of Mexico, because this motherfucker Caleb Plant, he got bullied. He got pushed around, and he got shown that you're not gonna come in here and just do whatever you want, Caleb Plant. This is a fighter that's unlike any other opponent that you've ever faced, and Caleb knows that now. That cut over his right eye kind of illustrates that now. You see what happens when you just walk up on people and you think that there's not going to be any consequences, Caleb? Now you got a cut on your eye, and that's what you're going to be fighting coming into the fight with. Now you're going to be injured coming into the fight. Canelo's fresh. You're the injured guy, and you still got to fight. You can't pull out of the fight. You guys know he can't pull out of the fight because there's so much money on the line. Caleb's never made this type of money before in his life. Every advantage lies with Canelo. And when you're going into battle, you want to take advantage of those. You want to take advantage of your opponent's weaknesses. Expect Canelo to target that eye coming into the fight. Expect him to target that eye. And, if you're coming into a battle, and you're a commander, and you have the advantage, are you not going to take advantage of the advantage? You're going to utilize your advantages in a battle. Just like in a fight, you want to utilize your advantages. If you have a longer reach, you got to stay on the outside, use the jab, make sure he wants to come in, and then throw the right hand. And then combinations, 1-2s, footwork. There's no way Caleb Plant beats Canelo. I mean, I don't see it. He's getting bullied before the fight even happens. I mean, he's already lost the fight before the fight. He's lost the fight before the fight because, these fights, it's not just the little 12 rounds that we see when these fighters and these warriors get into the cage. The fights already start at the press conference because there's so much that goes into a fight. There's just so much that goes into a fight. If you look at a fight and you just look at it as the fight inside the ring, you're sadly mistaken because the fight happens before that. The real fight really starts when you have to cut weight to make weight for the fight. That's where the real fight is. And then all the mental warfare coming into the press conference and your opponent talking shit and you're having to deal with your emotions and keep them in check so that they don't affect your performance. And you got to make sure your weight cut is fine so that you don't feel the effects coming into the fight, the actual fight. Because if your weight cut is bad, you're not going to be able to take as many punches, and you're going to be slower, less powerful. You're gonna have less stamina. Your performance is definitely gonna suffer. So, weight cut, that's another thing that you gotta look at. You gotta look at a lot of variables coming into a fight. You know, a lot of people think that, oh, the fight is just inside the ring. No, it's not, man. The fight starts months and months before that, man. The fight is on as soon as you sign the contract, because as soon as the contract signed, it gets announced. Then there's a press conference. The press conference, you gotta answer questions. The opponent's gonna talk shit. You're probably gonna get angry. You're gonna get riled up. Is that gonna affect your performance? Heck, fuck no. Canelo being around for too long to let this motherfucker beat him, man. What's Caleb Plant gonna do that Kovalev couldn't do? What's Caleb Plant gonna do that Erislandy Lara couldn't do? What's Caleb Plant gonna do that Billy Joe Saunders couldn't do? I actually need to give Caleb Plant more credit than he's getting, because he is a lot better than Billy Joe Saunders. I mean, he's a natural super middleweight. That's for sure, you know. Caleb Plant's a natural super middleweight. Billy Joe Saunders is a small super middleweight. He's a middleweight. He's not a super middleweight. You know, he's more of a middleweight. He's more of a 160 pounder, not a 168er. Caleb Plant, I feel like he's a lot more filled out at that weight class for sure. Canelo's definitely very filled out at that weight class. That motherfucker looks like a beast on that Trembolone and all that other shit that he's on. I mean, we know he's on all these type of steroids. We know that Canelo's on clenbuterol and prednisone. He's on Winstrol. He's on testosterone replacement therapy. This motherfucker on every type of shit. He's on HGH too. Growth hormone. This motherfucker on everything, man. We know he's on everything. But that's why you supposed to take some shit too. You supposed to get a needle, fill it with testosterone, and fucking pump your fucking veins with testosterone and all these other stuff, because you best believe Canelo's gonna be on that shit too. If I was Caleb Plant, I'd get over there and talk to my doctor and fucking get that motherfucker to prescribe me some fucking steroids. And I try to use a masking agent as well. Like, I would definitely use an IV fluid to mask my steroids, because you can use masking agents to hide your cycle, you know. And when you get off the cycle, you can literally hide everything. You can hide everything. You mean there's doctors that know when these cycles end and when they're gonna test it. And if they test at this time, what counter steroid do I take to mitigate the toxicology report? Like, there's so many things that you can hide and just play tricks on and stuff like that. You know, anything is game, man. Caleb Plant just showed to me that he's not as experienced as Canelo at this level, you know.